Okay, good to see everybody. Really good work out there. With this being the mandatory minicamp, obviously got the full roster out there. So great to get some solid situational football work. Again, in the red zone, third down, and then just I think what we're doing as coaches is really challenging the players. We're putting a lot in each day this week. So there's mentally this is taxing them, and that's by design. So it should be hard. They should have to spend extra time with it because we're trying to just prepare them for in season how you have a lot in that game plan. So a challenging day, but a good day's work, and now we'll go back inside and have some more meetings and a walk through later. But with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, last week you said there'd be a point where you'd adjust accordingly in terms of snaps for set. Did you reach that point yet, or are you talking about in July?
No, I'd say waiting on more information, going into the season. We're not at that point yet, no.
What is it you like really best about Jacoby Brissett that gives you confidence he can win at the start?
Yeah, I do have confidence in Jacoby. He's played a lot of football for a young player. He's a smart player. He takes care of the football, good size, can make all the throws, those type of things. Has been in multiple offenses. So our offense is a little bit different than what he's done previously, but has a really, really good understanding of football, football intelligence, that is. So I just think he's a really good operator.
Kevin, in terms of Deshaun and possible discipline, has the league given you any idea of when this could come down, any time frame whatsoever?
Not to me, no.
Kevin, Jack obviously isn't practicing yet, but what have you seen? You said he's been here every day. What have you seen from him? And is the hope still that or do you think he'll be ready to go when training camp starts?
Yeah, I think we'll see on training camp, Scott, but he's been here every day. He's working really, really hard. I think he's transforming his body. I think he's getting stronger. As you know, Jack's attacked this rehab, but him being here and being around his teammates has been important. But where that looks, I don't know, but I'm very confident that he's on schedule.
And obviously he's an all-pro guy, so how important is he to what you guys want to do?
Yeah, Jack's somebody that we really value as a player and certainly as a teammate. He's a tough football player, important to what we do, and we'll be excited when he can get back.
Kevin, how are your players handling the uncertainty about what's going to happen with Deshaun?
Yeah, I think we've kind of talked about that previously, Mary Kay, where these guys are professionals and they have to deal with whatever is going on in the building that day and can't have that stop them from doing their jobs, really.
Do you think, Kevin, given Jacoby's career path up until this point, that he's maybe extra suited to kind of handle that uncertainty?
Yeah, he's had some interesting experiences in his young career, just through New England, what happened in Indianapolis with Andrew Luck retiring. So certainly has had a action-packed or a ton of experiences packed into that short career.
Off of that, Kevin, I mean, Brissett, we talked a lot about him bumping up, but Josh Dobbs would also bump up to the backup. How confident would you be if you had to enter the season with him as the two?
Yeah, Dobbs had some really nice moments out here today. Has played good football at a big program in college. Very smart, as we all know. So, yeah, I think Dobbs is doing a nice job.
Kevin, what goes through your mind when you see there's two more lawsuits with Deshaun? What do you think when you see more coming on?
Yeah, I think, Jeff, with that, I'm going to be consistent and with what I've told you before, and I'm just going to let that situation play out.
Does it affect you, though? Like when the news comes out and you see it, does it have an effect on you? Aside from your respect in the process, I understand that, but when you see it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things. I would just tell you every single day, trying to make sure that we focus on what is in front of us.
Coach, what do you say to the team about that? Because obviously you can't totally block it out. I mean, it's in the headlines almost every day now. So what do you as the coach say to the team? You have to have addressed this at some point.
I think with anything that's happening outside of our building, we've been very consistent with our team and making sure that we focus on our jobs when we walk into the building. And that's this situation, any situation, you name it, you got to make sure that you have a job to do when you're here, and that's really what we're trying to do.
Delpit had a couple of good plays out there. Does he start to look like the guy that
Grant's
showing something?
He's been really good. He's done a very nice job. I think he's got a really good understanding of what we're trying to do, Marlo, which is half the battle, because you can play fast when you know what you're doing. But he looks really smooth and in and out of his transitions. you saw him make a play on the ball, so he's doing a really nice job.
Was there any point you were considering at all canceling minicamp, or did you want to get something accomplished that you hadn't yet accomplished?
Yeah, I like this offseason. I like when you have players here and you can get work done. So no, that was not a consideration. Well, he's battling through an injury right now, but to date has looked really good in drills and provides that spark, brings something to the table in the return game, which we're excited about. No, he's working through it, but it's not long term.
Since this is your first full legitimate off-season program on the football field with this team, I'm curious how when you go back and you sit with your coaches and you're watching practice film and stuff like that, just from a coaching perspective, how do you evaluate the film? It's easy to see a defensive player make a play and say, well, the defense is ahead of the offense and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of curious, like from a coaching perspective, how do you evaluate that film when you're just kind of sitting down going through it?
Well, I think the first thing you have to realize is the way the rules are written, it's not written for the offense and the defensive line. So there's no pads on, there's no contact. The rules aren't written to have a ton of runs in your program because you just can't have contact. So it's harder to evaluate the offense and the defensive line, certainly in a program like this. Having said that, I think they're getting a ton of great work in their individual periods, and then you can evaluate their alignment, assignment, those type of things. And then for us, really in total, when you're out there and you're practicing, the defense does a really nice job of taking care of the offense when the ball's in the air. We don't want any collisions. So you'll see a defensive back make a break on a ball and pull up knowing that he doesn't want to, even a pass breakup, we don't want that because we just don't want contact. In this day and age and where we are as a football team, where we are here in June, we want to make sure that we practice really hard and practice really smart.
I think Deshaun is planning perhaps another one of those off-campus group workouts, at least for the offense. Would you like to see something like that happen? And if so, where are they now? And would you like to see them come back a lot better?
I can't speak to that because I'm not invited again, but during that dead period, we really don't have contact with the players once that Thursday hits until their report date. But they have to spend time on it, and that's both individually and if you can collectively, that's great. But we're really looking forward to wrapping up this off-season program. But then that window in between those, whatever it is, 4 or 5 weeks, are so important to make sure that you're coming into training camp in the best shape of your life.
Given the fact that you've been able to have a quote normal off-season, a lot of practices, is your team better right now than it has been at any point in your minicamp season?
Yeah, I think that's so hard to say, Tony. It's different having practice out there like we're doing. I would tell you we've covered way more ground as an offense, defense, special teams. We've been able to install more, been able to get more reps at concepts, which I think is really beneficial, but that's no different than the rest of the league as well. All 32 teams have that luxury this season, but for various reasons we haven't in the last couple.
Has the thought ever crossed your mind this year that this is going to be my best team?
I don't really think of it in those terms, Tony. I really think about what we got going on that day. Certainly, you're always excited going into any season or with your guys, and you're trying to figure out ways that you're going to win on Sundays in the fall. But for right now, we're really focusing on the work.
Coach, what do you look to accomplish tomorrow down at camp?
Yeah, I think it's equal parts a team building opportunity. We'll still practice down there. It'll be short. I know it's going to be hot tomorrow, but I think we'll get a lot done. I think just the bus ride down, there's some things that we can do together, which, it's nice to be able to ride in buses without masks. So I just think it's a great opportunity to be around the team, be around each other, and then learn about the guys that have come before us, which I think is just so important. Okay. Good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.